All right, shalom, shalom, Akim. First and foremost, all praises and glories unto Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Today I have a brother on here. We're going to have a peaceful, civilized dialogue. This brother believes that the Vatican is Mystery Babylon. We teach that America is Mystery Babylon. So the brother wanted to come on here and have a discussion so we can get to the bottom of who is right and who is wrong. I'm gonna let the brother introduce himself, and then we're gonna get into it.
Okay, so my name is Rich Napper. I run a YouTube channel. You can just look the name up and go subscribe if you haven't. I don't really care about theology. I don't think the Trinity matters. It don't matter if Jesus is God or not. I mean, I just think there's stuff that we're not meant to understand. The only reason I'm talking about this is because I think it's important. Because I don't want like over 1 billion people to get caught up in a false Babylon religion. So if I can reach one person, that is worth it.
Oh, is that all you wanted to say, man?
Yeah.
Okay, so who wants to fire some shells first? You want to go first or me?
I'll let you go.
Uh, actually, as the host, I'm gonna actually allow you to go.
Okay. So, first off, Mystery Babylon, the Vatican, is drunken with the blood of saints and martyrs. If you look at history from the Crusades, they've killed a bunch of Cathars. I believe they slaughtered William Tyndale, if I'm not mistaken, someone that wanted to write a non-Catholic Bible in English. They've killed so many people. It's probably talking about the hundreds of millions. There was over it's unbelievable how many crusades they had and starting wars for so-called holy reasons.
Right. Now, my response to that would be is I agree that the Vatican has killed millions of people. I do agree with that stance. However,
Okay.
hold on. The same can be said about America and many other countries in the world, not just the Vatican. However, second, I want to deal with this. Who are the saints? Because the scriptures clearly say that the saints would be taken to Babylon. Now, when were the saints ever taken to the Vatican on ships, as the scriptures have said?
Where's the Bible say that?
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. And I shall bring thee into
Okay.
Egypt again with ships, and thou shalt go even to Babylon. Paraphrasing the scripture.
So that's talking about the Israelites, not the saints.
Well, the saints are the Israelites, though. Where in the scriptures do you see a difference between them?
And how do you know that?
Well, again, the scriptures only are dealing with the Israelites here, man. Now somebody could say, well, the
No.
Gentiles, but the Gentiles, which that's a whole other issue. So we can
Um.
disagree on that.
Okay. So first off, there's neither Greek nor Jew, but I feel like we're gonna go into a whole nother topic.
No, no. Let's stay away from that. We'll stay away from that. So we'll skip that argument.
Yeah.
We'll just say it. We're
Okay.
on the fence on that.
Yeah. So I'll just bring up another thing if that's okay.
Yeah,
Nothing to
sure.
do
Go
with
ahead.
mystery Babylon. Okay. So um, this is the biggest deal for me. It's the names of blasphemy. Okay. So the Pope is literally called Holy Father. I'm sure you would agree nobody should have that name except God, right?
Yeah, I
So
agree. I agree.
when is when is any American leader, such as the president or anybody else, called Holy Father? Nobody takes the name of blasphemy except the Catholic Church, the
Well,
Vatican.
for one, I'd argue with that. First of all, they call America a nation under God when they go out and disobey every law. The president, which is right now Donald Trump, claims to be a man of the Most High. On the back of the U.S. currency, you have the Illuminati pyramid and "In God We Trust" on it. That's just a handful.
Okay.
That is just a handful. So I mean, that I think that would be a very good response that I just gave to that. But you can.
Fair
Okay,
enough. Fair enough.
I think it's my turn to fire
Okay.
some shells real quick. And let me say this, man. I will admit you have hit me by a few shells, but now I'm walking with phlegma. Inside joke.
Yeah, but
Anyway,
let's see what you got.
um, if you go on Google and look up the geological, guess you could say, or the
Okay.
location of the Vatican City, correct? You will notice that the Vatican City is not located near any water.
Yes.
Now, when you hold on, let me speak. Now we know that Babylon, aka so-called Vatican, which I mean that's preposterous, but we'll just go with that for now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so if the scriptures speak about these merchandise bringing merchandise on ship to Babylon, if the Vatican is not located near any water source, how is that talking about the Vatican? Just look up the
Um.
location on your cell phone line.
Okay. So first off, I want to point out how powerful. We're not just talking about the Vatican here. We're talking about a whole church, right? Um. The Vatican has probably billions of dollars worth of gold and silver sitting there. Anyway, right? Um.
Right.
The Vatican has many businesses, so something else you got to understand is a lot of times Mystery Babylon, right? A lot of the stuff in Revelation is metaphorical. So, talking about a great whore or whatever, we're not talking about some woman going around getting laid by everybody. That's not what it's about. It's a metaphor for something.
Right.
So,
I agree with that. I agree.
and the metaphor, in my opinion, is the Pope going around and these so-called men of God molesting children. It's not a physical woman. So,
Okay,
just to
okay.
understand.
Well, you know what? Let's actually go back a chapter because I have it right here. Let's go back and read some of it, and let's see what makes
Okay.
sense. Let's see. Revelation chapter 17, verse 1. And after these things, I saw another angel come down. Or Slakia, let me rephrase myself. That's actually the 18th chapter. Revelation 17 and 1. And there came one of the seven angels which had the seven vials. And he talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, and I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sits upon many waters, with whom the kings of the earth had committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth had been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. So he carried me away into the spirit, into the wilderness. And I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet colored beast full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. Now, I'm going to stop there for a second because I want to ask you something. If we go back up
Okay.
to the top verse, right? I want to show you
Mm-hmm.
this. Now, notice it says waters. Now, those waters are actually talking about people. Revelation chapter 17, verse 15.
Thank you. Thank you,
Hold
man.
on, hold
You
on, no, no,
understand my
hold on.
point.
And he said unto
The
me,
water is a metaphor. The
Hey,
water is a metaphor,
brother,
man.
you got to be respectful and allow me to read the verse before you jump in.
Okay,
Uh,
I'm sorry.
yeah, you're good, you're good. Revelation chapter 17, verse 15. And he says unto me, The waters which thou saw where the whore sits are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. Now, my argument would be that that cannot be the Vatican because the Vatican has a population of 900 people. However, America is the
Okay.
main tourist attraction in the world, and that's just a historical
Okay.
fact.
So that's actually a really good point. And my response to that would be, although physically the Vatican isn't the most powerful, there's over like a billion Catholics. Plus, um, according to my research, the Vatican also created Islam. So we're talking about 2 billion or more people under this so-called church.
Well, the issue I have with this is the scriptures refer to Babylon as a nation, as a kingdom, as a city. Is a
Babylon,
church? Hold on,
yeah, but
brother. Hold on.
the Vatican,
Is a church building a city?
it's not.
This Babylon is a nation, man. That's clearly in the
But
scriptures.
the Vatican calls herself a city, man.
Well, again, you have to understand, though, you have to look at all the information. For one, we agree that the Vatican does not trade merchandise by the sea. Neither does no Catholic church. But, brother, look, I've been to churches before, right? I've been to churches. They ain't going out there, oh, well, buy this merchandise, buy this, buy that. The
Right.
church
And,
don't
and
sell
like I
no merchandise, man.
like I said, that's a you hit me right there, and I'm just gonna say I believe it's a metaphor.
Wait, so you're saying that the merchandise, that's just a metaphor, that's not literal?
Yes, just like a great whore sitting on the scarlet throne or whatever. It's a lot of metaphorical stuff in Revelation.
Well, I mean, I would argue with that because even goes over the merchandise that was sold in this place. So I mean, if he's gonna give such detail, that's very seems like that's literal to me. And may also mention that all those merchandise are sold in America. Now, some of them could be
Okay.
sold in the Vatican. That is true.
Okay.
I could say that.
So let's just take something else literal. Who in America is sitting on a scarlet throne? Like who's a great horse sitting on a scarlet throne in the United States?
Well, you see, the beast in scarlet color, that's a spiritual thing. The word scarlet. Well, let me ask this, because a king, right? A king or a person in rulership would wear a scarlet colored robe, right? So purple and scarlet.
That's what
Is, no, no, hold on. Purple and scarlet is just a metaphor of being the top in the world. Now you could say, well, that's literal talking about Pope Francis. You could say that. However, that clearly isn't true. For example, the scriptures say, I believe that what is that, Jeremiah the 50th chapter. It says that that great city who reigns over the kings of the earth. Now, does the city itself reign over the kings of the earth? No, it's the people in the city that rule over
okay,
the kings.
so the whole merchandise thing could be saying basically how powerful the Vatican is. How they're so powerful they control things all across the seas, which they do. They people of every probably in every country basically worship the Pope.
Yeah, but the issue with that is this merchandise. If you read it, these merchants were coming, bringing this stuff to Babylon for it to be sold there. That if you read it, it says they cried because no man would buy their merchandise anymore because the city went down. So therefore, they were going to this Babylon to sell this merchandise. So we agree that can't be the Vatican. So how
Yeah.
would you respond to that?
Uh, so
Actually, let's even read the verse. Let's even read it so we can understand. Let me find it real
okay,
quick. Revelation chapter 18. Let's see, verse 15. And the merchants of these things, which were made rich by her, shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing, saying, Alas, alas, that great city that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls. For 1 hour, so great riches come to naught, and every shipmaster and all the company and ships and sailors, and as many as trade by the sea, stood afar off. And they cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, What city is like unto this great city? And they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, Alas, alas, that great city wherein we were made rich, all that had ships in the sea, by reason of her costliness. For 1 hour is she made desolate. So they were clearly coming to this Babylon. So I would say that totally goes against what you were just saying, man.
okay, okay. So um, who, what martyrs or saints were killed in America?
Well, you have to understand this, that America is just a reincarnation of the Roman Empire. The scriptures speak about a beast who was, he was not, but he yet is. And that was Rome.
Okay,
However, America is the modern day Rome.
okay. So I would argue that the Vatican is modern day Rome.
Well, again, though, there also means the second thing as well, because the prophets came back in incarnation. For example, Revelation 11 and 10. It said, we know John died on the island of Patmos, but the angel told him, Thou shalt go and prophesy before many kings, nations, and tongues. So when did that happen? Obviously, he had to come back in incarnation to do that. What about, hold on, what about, I believe it's Job. I believe it's in the 19th chapter of Job. He said that, Though I shall die in this flesh, yet in my flesh shall I see the Lord. So both of those men must have came back in incarnation, and those are just two examples. Now
Okay,
that could be wrong. However, as I said, America is that modern empire. And matter of fact, I'm already at the verse. Let me get it here.
okay,
Revelation chapter 18, and verse 24. And in her was found the blood of prophets and of saints and of all who were slain upon the earth. Now let's deal with all who were slain upon the earth. America has over 800 military bases worldwide. Now, if a country comes up that goes against America, they'll go to war and then they'll send their troops over there to kill those people who are in that land. So, indeed, America has slain all that have been slain upon the earth.
okay. Well, the presidents have bowed down to the Pope.
And I agree with that. I agree with that. However, hold on,
How
hold
do
on.
you not know that?
Go ahead.
How do you not know that the American part of the Vatican?
Well, no, I would argue with that and say that no, that the Vatican, if you read the scriptures, the Vatican is the false prophet. So yeah, the Vatican is in the scriptures. I agree with that. However, they're not. They're Babylon and the beast and whatnot. That has nothing to do with the Vatican. They are the false prophet. And that just makes sense because what is a
Okay.
prophet? Hold on, brother. I'm trying to speak. What is a prophet? A prophet is somebody who it has to do with religion, right? So the Vatican would make sense as being the false prophet, as it says they went throughout the earth and teaching in a false name and false miracles. That's
Okay.
the Vatican right there.
Um. So my response would be, let's talk about the fornication, okay?
Sure.
So I'm sure you've seen the Vatican's been exposed for the child molestation they've been involved in, and I don't mean just child molestation. I mean gay child molestation.
Right, and
And these are
I agree with that. However, the Vatican, their sins and that stuff, I agree that is true. They do that. However, them compared to America, there is absolutely no comparison. America has I'd say America has done it 100 times worse than the Vatican has because you got the
okay,
underground,
but
sex slavery here in America, and dark web. Even though that could be in the Vatican, that's true. However, with that being said, a little city that's 2 miles long. Come on, man. This is a damn joke right here. Go ahead.
no, it's not just the Vatican; it's the whole Catholic Church, which is part of the Vatican.
Yeah, I understand that. However, brother, as we're seeing, a church does not sell merchandise. This is a city, though. This is a country, a nation. This is not a church, man. Come on.
But how do you know? How do you know the merchandise is a metaphor for how powerful that is?
Well, it literally the prophet even goes over the merchandise that he saw being sent over to this country. Mentions these ships and even the
Okay,
sailors in
man.
the ships. So how could we just pretend that
Hey,
that's? Go ahead.
hey, man. Do you think you can pause the video? I gotta go back and get my charger.
I'll tell you this, man. Tell you what. I gotta get going. We're already at 25 minutes. So how about we just record it another day then?
Okay. Do you want to put this up as part one?
Sure, I will. You want to end it out with saying anything?
No, man. I'm good.
All right. All right. Well, I'll see you around for part two, man. Maybe I'll since this was out of the blue, I didn't have my notes written down, so maybe I'll be able
Yeah.
to have some next time. But anyway, man, shalom. Sure. All right. Salaki about that Akium. The brother had to go get his phone cord. He called me up out of the blue and asked if I wanted to do a little sit down real quick and have a little discussion about this. So I apologize if I didn't sound too professional in this video because I couldn't get any good hard hitting scriptures together um, you know on paper so I could go to it. I just had to go off memory because he just called me up out of the blue. So we're going to be doing a part two of this lesson sometime if in the next coming 2 weeks probably. I hope you found this edifying. Go ahead and say who won down below is either hashtag America or hashtag Vatican. Okay. Um, be on the lookout for part two. And once again, that brother who joined me was a YouTuber by the name of Ridge Nibbler, or Ridge Speaks. Look him up on YouTube. With that being said, I'm going to say shalom.